Namaste, angels. I'm here to do the daily reading for Tuesday, May 23rd. I got to tell you, I'm wearing this t-shirt totally by accident. It's not even my t-shirt. It's Spock. It's a Star Trek t-shirt, and it's Spock, like twin Spocks. One kind of on each breast, but that's another story. And it says mirror, mirror on the bottom. This might be the name of an episode. I'm not even sure. I'm not that much of a Trekkian to have known, but it appears that may be the case. Is at the bottom. It says starring William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeFrost Kelly, Jerome. I'm reading it upside down. I can't read this last name. Jerome somebody, and Mark Daniels. Jerome Bixby. I'm not sure who they played. Anyway, I just thought it was cool that I sat down to do this reading and noticed that I had two Spocks, or twin Spocks, on my chest. And then I went to read what it actually says. It says mirror, mirror. That may mean something for us today. I don't know. But certainly, as soon as Gemini entered, the energy of twin came through, pulled up like crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go straight to the significant events, beginning with the year 1618. It's the second defenestration of Prague, beginning of the 30 Years' War. Two Catholic lords regent and their secretary are thrown out of a window. They were not seriously injured by the 70-foot fall. Wow. I guess neither was hurt. That's crazy, and very lucky. Maybe they were the good guys, of the Catholic lords. I don't know. I don't know. I'm presuming. Never mind. 1785, Benjamin Franklin announces his invention of bifocals. 1813, which is 1304 or 1111, South American independence leader Simon Bolivar enters Merida, leading the invasion of Venezuela, and is proclaimed El Libertador, which means the liberator. 1949, which is also 1304 or 1111, Federal Republic of the West in Germany. They have it, the West in parentheses. So I don't know if there was some sort of something in Germany where it was like separated off. Unofficially, maybe. Anyway, Federal Republic of West Germany is created out of the American, British, and French occupation zones. 1958, also 1304 or 1111. Mao Zedong starts Great Leap Forward movement in China. 1998, the Good Friday Agreement is accepted in a referendum in Northern Ireland with 75% voting yes. I was thinking about Northern Ireland as I was reading that West Germany thing. I'm like, maybe somebody split it? Never mind. Did you know Canada's Northwest Mounted Police Canada's Northwest Mounted Police Force forms, and in parentheses they have, it didn't get the quote-unquote royal until 1904. Famous birthdays: King Philip I, Carolus Linnaeus, John Bardeen, Betty Nuthall, or Nuthall, Nuthall, Drew Carey, and Ken Jennings. Famous weddings: 1942, comic book artist Jack Kirby, 24, weds Roz Goldstein. 1953, John F. Kennedy's sister Eunice Kennedy, 31, weds activist and attorney Sargent Shriver at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City. This must be the old one where I went to school. If it was 1953, the old one in Little Italy on Spring and Prince. That may not be there anymore. I don't know if they actually, it wouldn't really make sense to take down the church, but I know it's like not really in use anymore since the new one, especially, and the school I don't think is in use either. So perhaps the convent and the monastery where the priests were is not either. I don't know. But this is probably the St. Patrick's that they went to. Any case, 1970, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, 26, weds heiress Julia Stimson Thorne, 25. 1992, Once and Again actress Sella Ward, 35, weds actor Howard Sherman, 42. 1992, actress Angelica Houston, 40, weds sculptor Robert Graham, 54. 1533, King Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon's marriage is declared null and void by authority English clergy, not the Pope. 1934, first wife Marguerite Van Kessel divorces NFL player Curly Lambeau, 36, after 14 years of marriage. 2016, actress Amber Heard, 30, files for divorce from fellow actor Johnny Depp, 52. Johnny Depp was 52 in 2016. Interesting. He doesn't look it at all to me. Never mind. Famous deaths. William Kidd, Bonnie Parker, Clyde Barrow, John D. Rockefeller, Sam Snead, John Nash. And they've added something to the month. Ship that changed the face of Britain. Britain was on its knees after the Second World War, its economy and infrastructure in tatters. For help, the mother country turned to the Commonwealth. May 27th in 1948. And they have a picture of a very elderly looking black man here associated with this. I'm not sure what he has to do with it, but anybody interested in finding out, perhaps look up this story. May 27th, 1948, the face of Britain being changed by a ship. Going up to these deaths. John Nash, full name John Forbes Nash Jr., American, a mathematician and an economist. Nash's work provided insight into the factors that govern chance and decision-making in daily life. His insights made the fundamental contributions to game theory, differential geometry, and partial differential equations. His theories are used in economics, computing, evolutionary biology, artificial intelligence, accounting, computer science, Minimax algorithm, which is based on Nash equilibrium, games of skill, politics, and military theory. Sounds like a bunch of statistics, which was my least favorite math class. Anyway, Nash shared the 1994 Nobel Prize in economics with game theorists Reinhard Selten and John Harrison. In 2015, he was awarded the Abel Prize for his work on nonlinear partial differential equations. In 1959, Nash began showing clear signs of mental illness and spent several years at a psychiatric hospital being treated for paranoid schizophrenia. After 1970, his condition slowly improved, allowing him to return to the academic work that he had done by the mid-1980s. His struggles with his illness and recovery became the basis for Sylvia Nasser's biography, A Beautiful Mind, as well as a film of the same name starring Russell Crowe. He was born, guess when? June 13th. In 1928, he was a Gemini from Bluefield, West Virginia, USA. He died on May 23rd in 2015 at the age of 86 in a car crash. Sam Snead. So I don't know why they had that guy with the deaths, actually. Oh, May 23rd. Yes, I'm sorry. Full name, Sam Snead. Nationality, American. Profession, golfer. Why famous? One of the top golfers in the world for almost 4 decades. He was born on May 27th in 1912 and was a Gemini from Ashwood, Virginia, USA. He died on May 23rd in 2002 at the age of 89 of a stroke. John D. Rockefeller was American and an oil industrialist, co-founder of the Standard Oil Company and the world's first billionaire. He was born on July 8th in 1839 and was a cancer from Richford, New York, USA. He died on May 23rd at the age of 97 of arteriosclerosis. Clyde Barrow was American and a bank robber. He's famous because he was the male half of Bonnie and Clyde. He was born on March 24th in 1909 and was an Aries from Ellis County, Texas, USA. He died on May 23rd in 1934 at the age of 25 of gunshot wounds. Bonnie Parker was American and an American outlaw as a profession. She was the female half of Bonnie and Clyde. She was born on October 1st in 1910, and so like 11, and was a Libra from Rowena, Texas, USA. She died on May 23rd in 1934 at the age of 23 of gunshot wounds. William Kidd was Scottish and a pirate legend, the only pirate known to have buried treasure. He was born on January 22nd in 1645 and was an Aquarius from Greenock, Scotland. He died on May 23rd in 1701 at the age of 56 of execution by hanging. Going up to the birthdays, Ken Jennings is American and a 74-time Jeopardy champion for holding, 74-11, for holding the record of the longest winning streak on the U.S. syndicated game show Jeopardy, is why he's famous, and for being the all-time leading money winner on the American game show and American game shows as a whole. He was born on May 23rd in 1974 and is 43 years old, a Gemini from Edmonds, Washington, USA. Drew Carey is American and an actor, a comedian. Drew Carey first made a name for himself as a stand-up comedian in the 1980s. He's most known, though, for starring in his own sitcom, The Drew Carey Show, and serving as a host of the U.S. version of the improv comedy show Whose Line Is It Anyway?, both of which aired on ABC. He's also the host of The Price is Right. I don't know how they could leave that out. And anyway, he was born on May 23rd in 1958 and is 59 years old. 1958 is also 59. He is a Gemini from Cleveland, Ohio, USA. Betty Nuthall, English and a tennis player known for her powerful forehand. She won the 1930 U.S. Open and was ranked in the world top 10 in 1927, 1929 through 1931, and then again in 1933. She was born on May 23rd in 1911 and was a Gemini from Surbiton, England. She died on November 8th in 1983 at the age of 72. John Bardeen was American and a physicist as well as an electrical engineer. He won the Nobel Prize for Physics twice, 1956 for transistor and 1972 for BCS theory. He was born on May 23rd in 1908 and was a Gemini from Madison, Wisconsin, USA. He died on January 30th in 1991, which is 11, and January 30th is 11 equals 6 equals love. He was 82 at the time. The cause of death was heart disease. King Philip I was French and King of France, King of the Franks from the year 1060 to his death. He was called the Amorous. His reign, like that of most of the early Capetians, was extraordinarily long for the time. The monarchy began a modest recovery from the low it reached in the reign of his father, and he added the royal demesne. I don't know what this word is. Demesne. It may be something that's French. Demesne of Vexin with a capital V and Borges. So this may have something to do with some sort of royal clan or something, lineage. I don't know. He was born on May 23rd in the year 1052 and was a Gemini from Champagne-et-Fontaine, France. He died on July 29th in the year 1801 at the age of 56. And he was the last. Going to the dice beginning with 29. Yes. And stay in bed. Spirit says party. Also 29 still showing. Try again. Yes, still showing. And weekend away. I put the die down with the try again and the yes on yes. And just shook it and dropped it and yes again. Spirit says yes. Going to the cards, I'm beginning with Unity, or the Hierophant, the High Priest. Archangel Sandalphon, traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. This is about changing, adjusting the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves. When we ascend, when we change, we got to change our environment so that it always aligns with our vibration. Or higher. Higher is good too. The Unity or Hierophant or High Priest card is also about commitment, marriage, in higher institutions, going to college, like all these sorts of things. Learning. I relate it in some cases like kind of with and similar to the Hermit, because it's about learning. It's about experiencing life too, this card. And change with this 5 here. Opening to the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation and perhaps a challenging beginning. I think actually today, Tuesday, have to look it up after, or one of you guys can look it up and let me know. But I think Mercury like re-enters Taurus and sits there until June 6th. I think I read that like on the astrology newsletter or something. They send me something every week. I don't know. In any case, well, you know what? That may be what Spirit is trying to tell me indeed. I just realized I still had the Unity card in my hand, which represents the sign of Taurus. Mercury in Taurus. Never mind. You don't have to look it up. That's what it is. The Ace of Air is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or somebody taking on that kind of energy. And all about new beginnings, as aces are. Also victory with the Ace of Air and cutting things away. Like the Queen, like the King, the Ace comes through with the sword and, you know, rids us of what no longer aligns with us and serves our higher purpose. Opening to Ego with Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. This is about a feeling of, and it can be actual being bound to something, but it's at least a feeling of being bound to something, trapped, stuck. Represents the signs of Capricorn, more specifically, but also can be Taurus again, and Virgo too. Ace of Air. Actually, the Ego card is the devil in the traditional tarot, for those not aware. Opening to the 3 of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. 3 of Earth, all about the boss having a watchful eye on you, wanting to reward you for your hard work, give you a promotion, a raise, bonus, some sort of recognition or something. It's not the time to slack off. This is your moment of victory at the office. Opening to the King of Fire, who's motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. King of Fire is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Could very well be an Aries. And this could be now showing up as Venus in Aries. So a lot of that in the weeklies. Ace of Air back. I'm going to cut. It's the 5 of Earth. Fear surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. This card in many ways just about general lack and feeling unworthy. Fear of abandonment, in my opinion. And it can be, you know, greatly connected to finances and the material as an Earth card. But it can be about love too. You know, just the lack of anything worth anything, because you don't feel you deserve it. Overall energy is the 9 of Earth. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. Masculine is the emperor, speaking of Aries, with Archangel Michael. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership also. Yes, the emperor represents the sign of Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or someone taking on those traits, those behaviors of a fiery, person who's got it together. More to the shadow side, it can be somebody who's overbearing, and somebody in the middle might be just somebody of authority, like your father, a teacher. It can be a mother too, somebody that's like sort of commanding. Surrounded by the Six of Air, things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip, like that weekend away. In the masculine subconscious, the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Feminine is the Ten of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. This is being appreciative of, the universe's blessings upon us. And here's a big one. It's the Ace of Earth. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Ace of Earth is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone taking on those traits, and is all about a divine new beginning. The Four of Air is in our subconscious. Time to rest or take a vacation. Maybe we've got our mind on the same thing as the masculine, wanting to get away. Meditation may provide answers. You should allow more time before making a decision. Crowning, it's the Three of Fire. Abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. And I'd say, for many, this is exactly what it is. It really is about abundance. Things are looking up, like maybe before they were dismal. Remember, our overall energy is the Nine of Earth. When I picked this up, by the way, I got to tell you, the moon is behind it, which is Major Arcana card 18. So therefore, also a 9. Could be about endings, could be about beginnings. That's the funny thing about 9. The moon represents the sign of Pisces. There is a lot of Saturn stuff going on that I read about in the weekly in the beginning. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So this is about unknowns and the need to pay close attention to when the universe does want to clue us in on some of it. We got to follow our intuition and listen to that, because they send us messages that way about what's going on. When I picked this up, underneath it is the Hangman, but it's in reverse. Also represents the sign of Pisces, by the way. That's why I'm mentioning it. It's upside down. It wasn't upright like these two. But does represent the same kind of energy, Pisces, that possibly confusing energy of Saturn, fantasy, maybe hypersexual. A few things could be going on with this. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. And I talked a lot about this, about what this means in the weekly love reading when it says it's important to be yourself. So getting back to this, we're in a place right now where we're, comfortable, at least. I'm not saying, we're rich, bitch, yet. We might be, some of us. And it's important to think that way. I used to work with a guy, actually, that every day you'd ask him, oh, how you doing, or whatever. He'd say, I feel like $1 million, because he felt that was the way he was going to manifest it. And I believe that. So we feel good, and we're enjoying spending time by ourselves. We like ourselves. We love ourselves. Things are going well. They hadn't been before. So this is the way, like, they're moving away from a time when they weren't going well. And this can be in financial areas too. So this is why this Six of Air would be crossing this Three of Fire and the abundance. And, we're all reaching this kind of point, this new beginning that the universe is bestowing upon us. On another note, this Three of Fire represents a party of 3, and not just the party of 3, but a romantic one. We saw this in the general weekly reading. I said somebody walks away from a fire sign at the end. That's what came up. So this can be moving on from this party of 3 as well. At the root, the Knight of Fire, who's passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. The heart of the matter. Unity with Archangel Sandalphon. Again, traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. This is a card also of moving away from people, places, and things with which our vibration no longer aligns. And that would certainly include walking away from a party of three, romantic or otherwise, that no longer resonates with us. We no longer feel comfortable or satisfied or, happy in this situation. So we change it by walking away. This person can be specifically an Aries or other fire sign. They don't have to be, however. And in part, it can be because they are like overwhelming you, overbearing you. They've become unattractive because it's like aggressive in an unattractive way is the way that they, they're controlling, they're manipulating, and you want away from that, basically. We cut them away with this sword. The Ace of Air does. We move on after that from them. An important achievement. Self-discipline and willpower and public recognition. Victory. On a related note, yes, these are two cards of victory. So even with regard to the abundance that the Three of Fire can represent for others of us, sitting here next to the Ten of Earth, crossing the Ace of Earth, sitting here atop Unity or the Hierophant, which can be about maybe signing a legal contract, starting a business or something like that. This is victory in those areas doubly. And once from the Major Arcana, which is pretty powerful. Let's go to the romance cards. Beginning with, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And opening to true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. True love back. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Soulmate now at the bottom, and opening to calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I told you this was a week of love. Calling in your soulmate now at the bottom. I'm going to cut. I know Thursday is going to be on fire. I can feel it already. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, is the overall energy. Also using the Ascended Master cards today, Doreen Virtue, Ascended Master Oracle, beginning with Come Out of the Closet in Amaterasu. Opening to Father, Husband, Brother, Son, Osiris. And I have to tell you guys, hopefully it won't show up again, but I opened to that white buffalo and then to Father, Husband, Brother, Son as I was shuffling. Come Out of the Closet. Detach from drama, Pallas Athena. Come Out of the Closet. Persistence and Lu. Come Out of the Closet. I'll go one more. Stay focused, says Kathumi. Listen. And the overall energy is trust with Vishnu. I don't know if I mentioned that we had all these fours, and like there's one in each corner with the exception of the crowning card for the feminine, which is a 10. But the Emperor is a major arcana card number 4. So this is about our foundations, and truly like getting them together, getting our life, organizing them. The 4 of water is more so, especially in this position of the masculine subconscious, contemplating options, perhaps making an offer, or thinking about an offer that we've received from someone else. Would be an offer of love, emotion of some sort, or from somebody, you know, with whom you have not necessarily a romantic relationship, but a caring one, or to somebody of that nature. It can be contemplating an offer of some sort of commitment, crossing the high priest, the Hierophant, with the Hierophant as the heart of the matter. The Hierophant sitting next to the Ace of Earth can certainly be somebody getting married, entering a contract together, that type of commitment, or other, you know, really serious commitment. Moving on, moving forward toward, you know, those sort of things, leaving difficulty and pain and toxic relationships behind, moving on to good ones. The Emperor crossing unity could also be the clash of that Venus in Aries and Mercury in Taurus energy. And maybe that's why some problems coming up this week or this day with fire signs. Possibly between earth and fire specifically, or air and fire specifically. As far as foundations for the feminine, being crowned by the 10 of earth and surrounded by the Ace of earth, with this 4 of air, where she's like recovering, restoring peace and tranquility to her life, to herself. Maybe about to make a bit, like she's back from battle in this 4 of air. And we're like re-energizing, rehabilitating. And, you know, planning next steps, which are looking good. Okay, I thought I was feeling something else about these 4s, and maybe it'll come back out. Here atop the Chariot, which is atop the Ace of Air, which is atop the 3 of Fire, is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So again, perhaps that's why with regard to love and a romantic party of 3, someone feels that they need to get out of it, like they're no longer comfortable based on some sort of ideology that they have. Advice from the Ascended Masters to the masculine: take charge of this situation, says Moses. And that's what you can do as the Emperor. You're this leader. So you can definitely take charge of the situation and direct it as you want to go. Feminine, nurture yourself, says Mother Mary. This is a very do you card, and it looks like you have the means to do just that. So I would always suggest you take her advice, but specifically now, there's no reason not to. Masculine, the 3 of earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Boss with a watchful eye on you, wanting to. That's one of the ways that things are becoming improved for you. Get in the area of money. That's from where your abundance will come for those to whom the 3 of fire applies as abundance, because you've worked hard for it and you're about to be recognized for it. Feminine, strength, great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Exercise some forgiveness and compassion, perhaps toward the new beginning, perhaps toward the commitment, perhaps toward accepting the offer. You've got to make sure that you're, you know, fair with yourself and them about it. From the romance angels to the masculine past life relationship, you have known each other before. So that's what this is. Again, this situation that's being cut away by the Ace of Air. This fire sign that it looks like someone's walking away from a fire sign. I guess it could be the fire sign who's doing the walking too. And feminine, true love, This is the romance of a lifetime. So there's no reason not to, again, go after your brand new start here as soon as you're feeling strong enough and energized enough to get up and, you know, live your life. This very beautiful one that we should be quite thankful for. I hope that you guys enjoy the daily reading. Namaste, angels.